Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsea. For today's video, I am making 2 cards using only the stamp set that came in the Paper Pumpkin kit in August 2019. This is a great stamp set. It gives us a beautiful berry branch and some wonderful fall greetings and sayings for our cards. All my Paper Pumpkin customers receive extra supplies to make 2 more cards using the stamp set in the Paper Pumpkin kit for the month that they have subscribed. If you would like to be my Paper Pumpkin customer and receive the supplies to make these cards, subscribe today by visiting the link in the description below. So let's get started with this card. You're going to grab a card base and your Rococo rose ink pad and the berry branch stamp. So this piece of cardstock is just the normal card front size. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we're going to stamp on the right side. And you're just stamping so that the berries are moving into the card. The next piece we're going to use is a piece that I've cut out using my Big Shot and the Stitched Shapes framelit dies. And it is the second to, so it's the second biggest size, and it cuts a square that is about 2 1/8 inches. And we're just going to put some berries on the top and the bottom to frame our greeting. The next thing is we're going to use an aqua painter, and if you don't have an aqua painter, then you can just use a paintbrush and some water. And make sure you've got some ink in your lid. If you don't, then close it and squeeze it like this, and that will put ink in the lid. And we're just going to fill in each one of these berries with a little bit of color. And I'm just going to speed this up so you don't have to watch me do the whole thing. So to clean your aqua painter, you just squeeze slightly and let some of the water come out until the color is clear. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is stamp our greeting. And for the greeting, I've used Pretty Peacock. And we're just going to place that in the middle. Make sure you close that so you don't get any extra ink on your paper. And now we can assemble. So grab your card base, fold it along the score line. So I've placed some snail on the back, and I'm just adding that to the front of my card base. And then my Pretty Peacock strip is a 1/2 inch by 3 3/4 inches. And I'm just going to put that between the second and third branch. And then my greeting, I am going to use dimensionals on it to help it stand out. I'm just going to place this so that the Pretty Peacock strip is just around the bottom of the thankful. So it kind of just runs right along that bottom edge of the word. The last thing I'm going to add are some sequins. And these sequins are the basic adhesive back sequins from Stampin' Up. and they are the white color. And I'm just going to use a row of 5. I'm going to use my pickup tool and place a couple down here at the bottom. And a couple up here at the top. Great. Okay, so that card was done. Okay, let's move on to the second card. So this card also uses some cutouts using the Big Shot and the stitched shape framelits. So we've got the same size as the previous card, the one that makes 2 1/8 shape here. And then we have this one that makes about a 1 5/8 square. And we have 3 of those. And we're going to use 3 different colors of ink for this card. And the berry branch. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the pretty peacock, since that's the one I've got closest to me. And you're just stamping the branch, and it can be in the middle or near the top, wherever you'd like. And make sure you clean it between uses so we don't transfer any color onto your ink pads. We're also using the aqua painter again, and you're just going to pick up some color, and this time instead of going inside the berries, we are actually going to be going around the berries. So you can be as careful as you want or as quick as you want. And so I'll speed this up. Okay, so once that is done, go ahead and clean your aqua painter again and close your ink pad, and then move on to the next square. So this time we're going to use Rococo Rose. Ink it up, put it down, maybe try to get a little bit of a different position, clean it off, and then do the same thing. Use your aqua painter. You need a little more ink right there. So use your aqua painter and just go around the berry branch. Second one done, go ahead and clean it. And let's move on to our last color. And I wanted it to be more fall, so I added this Cajun Craze to the last, for my last square. And just, again, just give a little bit of color to the background. So then grab your larger piece and the greeting you want to use. Use the Cajun Craze and stamp the greeting in the middle of your square. And now we can assemble. So grab your card base and your card front. And I did add a card front just to give it that extra layer of finished look, so that we don't just have elements sitting on top of the card base. I think it just helps make it feel more finished. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all these pieces together using a scrap of Whisper White. So just grab a scrap of paper around that you've got, or you can use a piece of tape. And I'm just putting some snail, and then I'm going to lay my pieces on top of it. And this is just going to hold all those pieces together because I want them to be right up next to each other as if they were like one element. Okay, so I have the branch going a different direction for each square. So put that down and then flip that over and add snail. And make sure to also add it to the individual pieces just to give it that extra adhesive to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And this one is going on the left side of our card. I've given a little bit bigger gap here on the left, and then it's evenly spaced on the top and bottom. And then I've got a strip of Rococo rose, and it's a 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. And I'm just going to place that on the edge and in between my second and third squares. And then I'm going to add this with some dimensionals. And then place this so that the family is going through the Rococo rose strip, and it's in the middle of the strip. A ribbon, and this twine is in the holiday catalog, and it's part of the bundle with like the leaves. It comes in a 2-pack. The other color is a crumb cake color, and I just used 8 inches of twine, 8 inches of twine to tie that bow. And then I'm going to add that with a glue dot. Okay, so that card's done. So I hope you enjoyed making these cards with me today. Remember that if you would also like to receive extra supplies to make extra cards using your stamp sets that come with your paper pumpkin kit, then subscribe with me today by visiting the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.